So, I did it. I think it's really important for you guys to know that when you fight for stuff and then you fight for yourself, and it is harder to accept your greatness. Like, it is so much harder to accept winning. Achieving after you have believed for so long. You know, when you're like right there on the verge of not coming back from thinking that you're unworthy, or that you're not good enough, or that you're ugly, or whatever, because people want to put you down, they want to keep you down, they don't want to see you happy. And it's not even them, it's all you, really. But that's for a different talk. So y'all know that I've been fighting for a long time. Started off, I came from the bottom, rose to the top, went to the bottom, rose to the top again. I went to Iraq. Shit, while I was in Iraq, I freaking finished up my degree, managed to get classes going, talk soldiers into bettering themselves in the middle of a war zone when we were out on the line every single day, like we didn't have a day off. I've done a lot of shit. I've done a lot of amazing things that I didn't even realize were amazing, I guess. But women have women veterans have, well, women period, have hard enough issues. They have a different, besides everything that's going on with males, and I'm not saying women have it harder than males at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying they have a different perspective of what happens to women. And what I mean is that when we go to war, and we're all soldiers there, and we all feel the same way about each other, our brothers and our sisters, you know what I mean? And that camaraderie really is what gets us through, gets all of us through. But there's an issue when we come home. When we come home, even women face a little bit of a different issue, because even if you're married to another service member, you still are expected to be a woman, and we are, but on a spiritual level, you really get disconnected with your feminine side. And then the masculine side, obviously, is always stuck in this protection mode. You know, like we have to protect. There's a whole lot of stuff. But you get down into this place where, like, you don't fit in anywhere ever. And you can't even, you can get laid, and we can all do that. Shit, woman, I could walk up in a funeral home and get some if I want, but to have a relationship, even with ourselves, is so difficult because you got to strong women have issues because you're so strong, women, you've got to have a masculine portion that is as strong as you, but yet able to allow you to take a knee, which we as strong women have a problem with allowing someone to allow us to take a knee. And to find that balance between the two is so hard. And especially if you are like me in any way where you have had a lot of sexual trauma in your life. And all you've ever done is fight. You're fighting for every damn thing all the time. I got lucky. I found Kyle, Michael Dory, and that he is the outside physical image of my masculine me on the inside. And that is why I think so highly of him. And if it wasn't for seeing that on the outside, like it can actually be real, I might not have made it through. Now, of course, there's nothing on the outside that isn't on the inside. So it was on me. I got that part. But before we can even get to that part, we have to try and keep a piece of our mind, and not go crazy and keep fighting and tell ourselves that it's going to be okay, and then talk ourselves into believing, reprogramming our brain, talking ourselves into believing that it's okay to be wonderful, because you get so used to failing, it seems like, when you're fighting for something, especially when you're playing the long game. Like, I've been fighting for veterans. I had a home. I just got Missouri State certified peer support specialist for the VA. It was gonna, and then I get attacked, and like I lose everything. Having a home, nothing. I'm living on the street. I gotta watch my back. Fucking, I got weirdos coming on to me constantly. Fucking broke, fucking hungry, starving to death, fucking burning up. Just, what people robbing me. I mean, just one thing after another, and then after a while, you just get kind of like, that shit starts wearing on you, and you're like, man, I'm fucking doing this for nothing. And I try to, and it all started for fighting for veterans. They done Smiley wrong on a place to live, and I'm not going to get into all that stuff, but they'd screwed over 2 veteran friends of mine that I was really close to, and then of course in the COVID. So anyway, I fought, and I wouldn't leave, and I didn't give up, and I didn't give in, and now, of course, programs that they have for veterans a lot of times too are solely based on veterans that have a chemical addiction of some sort, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying nothing bad about that at all. But what I'm saying is they use that as a focal point, as to try and give this connotation that veterans are like, could just come back and there's a bunch of druggies and they're stupid or whatever. That's not the issue. Now, you do have, just like anywhere else, you've got some people who really jack shit up for a lot of people. But that's not the case. You get a lot of people too that once you focus on that, and of course, whenever you're focusing on that, and you're trying to get veterans housing, it's hard because it's making them look like they're a drug addict, or they attach that on to anybody that has PTSD, to MST, which is the two things that I have, and it makes it really, really hard for him. Now, and on a spiritual level, if your root chakra is blocked, which is your stability, your home, your safety, you don't have that, you're not gonna. I mean, you can't get better. You're not gonna make it nowhere. You know, you got to have that clear, and it all goes together. And since I've been on this fight, and since my kid's been kidnapped and all this, since I come back from Iraq in 2009, in September, I've been fighting. It's been hell. But, and they didn't have anything holistical for soldiers, nothing like that, but they do now. I was just talking to Amy, the Hadvash worker here in Prescott, Arizona, and she's a female Army veteran too, and she was thanking me. I mean, I think first I was like, you have been amazing, helping me. I managed to get here. I took that dare. I just took off. I just fucking gave it to the universe, picked a place, and then this is where it was. But everybody that worked together, and I'm not the only one who's done this. There are other women like me, other men like me, other workers in the VA, singularly, that went through either maybe not the same thing as me, but pretty damn close, fighting their own fights, sticking with it when everybody else is telling them not to. And thank you for not giving in, because we did it here in a month. That's gonna be my home. Did you see that waterfall? I have had visions of that waterfall. Yeah. It is so amazing to have someone, another veteran, look you in the eye and thank you for not giving up and continuing to fight. And just like I tell other veterans who hate the VA, even with all the shit the VA's done to me, it's the government, it's a learning lesson. It's growing pains. It's a use it or lose it program, man. It's our job as an NCO, and even if you're not an NCO, even if you're a specialist or below, it don't matter. Any soldier, any airman, any Marine, any sailor, any Coast Guard, it is your job to pave the way for the next guy. If you do not move a brick in the road, you don't clear that route, you're not doing your job, and our job does not end when our time's up. Our time is never up, and you know that. So I encourage you never to give up. So now we have that what I showed you. That's all veterans, man. It's a safe place to live. You don't have to. Yeah, it's women who come home from war and end up losing their spouses and shit, and then they're stuck with their kids if they're lucky enough to even get their kids. When they come home, because you get spillings all the time, like, you kill people for a living, you don't need kids, I don't know, just whatever it is. There's hope. There's housing, there's programs now. We got a cell phone. This cell phone, they paid for a year. We got this program going. All data, cell phones like a Samsung, something or another, by T-Mobile. It's a California number. I guess California was the first one to start. I'm not real sure. I'm fixing to get an iPad. So since I'll be like remote, kind of, then I can see the doctor, keep all my stuff. They've got like mindful apps, all that kind of stuff, and I get all that for free. I get an amazing home that I don't have to worry about anymore. I can go ahead and concentrate on my health and the hematologic anemia. And I was right. I do have anemia. So my hemoglobin goes down to like 4, which is blood transfusion time, but I'll work on the energy healing and stuff like that later after I get, in a place, because obviously I can't get better with a stuffed root chakra, because then it makes fat gut, which is got going on right now. But that's fixing to go away. And it's hard. It's hard to say that I did it. Yeah. Took the most shittiest situation in the world and I turned it into something that we could all benefit from. And why in the fuck that is so hard to say, I don't know. But it is. And it can be done. So this is real life spirituality. No bullshit style. Have a good day. You're awesome.